Hey friends, it's Emily from burlapkitchen.com, where I'm all about simplicity. I have a super fun craft for you guys today using one of the shovels from Dollar Tree. So what we're going to do first is we are going to stain the end of this shovel, and I am using Minwax in the color Dark Walnut. It's my favorite. I use it for most of my crafts. So we're just going to stain this. I'm just going to use an old rag and some gloves and rub it on and off. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to take a sanding block over my shovel. This is just going to take some of the plastic shine off so the paint sticks a little bit easier. So now that I have most of the shine off, I'm going to come in with a dark gray color, a darker gray. I believe this color is called Pewter. And this shovel was actually inspired by Crafts by Darlene. I saw it on Facebook, I believe, and I thought the shovel was so cute. So I wanted to make my own version of it and put it in a wreath. So that's what we're going to do today. So if you head over to her page, make sure to head over and follow her. She makes some really cute things. So I'm going to go ahead and finish painting this, and you're going to need 2 coats of this just because of the plastic being so shiny, and I'm not using a chalk paint, which chalk paint may actually work better on this, but I didn't have any great chalk paint. So I'm just going to add a second coat here. And make sure you dry it. When you dry it, do not get too close to the shovel or it will melt. So then I'm going to come in with a metallic silver and a sponge. And I'm just going to sponge that all over the bottom of my shovel. That's just going to kind of make it look more like metal, like a real shovel, I guess. And it's going to give it that rustic look. So I went all over that with my sponge. Then I'm going to give it a quick dry with my blow dryer. Then I'm going to come in with some brown and some baking soda, and I can't remember the name of this brown, but if you go to the store and look, every brand has a different color. Just look at them and see what looks like rust to you. And then I'm going to mix it with some baking soda. The baking soda is just going to give it some texture, and then I'm just going to dab that all over my shovel so it looks like a rusty shovel. And I'm just doing it down on the base there. And again, I'm using that sponge. I had that sponge hanging in my craft room for years. I had an idea for it and never used it, so I started using it to paint. I keep cutting little pieces of it off. It works really good, so I may have to keep them on hand. So now I'm using this little wood planks from the wood pile. I got these at Hobby Lobby, but they have something similar at Dollar Tree. I was just at Hobby Lobby, so I grabbed a pack. And I cut them down. They were a little bit too wide. I'm using my Fiskar scissors for that. If you guys want the affiliate link for that, just let me know below, and I will drop that for you. And then I'm going to come in with some black paint, and I'm going to paint these black front and back. And I'm just using black. I think I just use acrylic paint. Any kind of paint will work for this. Chalk paint or acrylic. So then I'm going to give it a quick dry. And then I'm going to paint the back here real quick. And again, I'm just using the black paint. So give it a good coat, and then we're going to dry that. Then I'm going to come in with a sanding block, and I'm going to sand them front and back so they look the same, just in case the backside of my wreath would show like a little bit on the side. I want it to look nice. Then I took a white chalk marker, and I wrote love grows here. I didn't like how I wrote here. I got it over too far, so I flipped that around and just did it again. And my handwriting's not the neatest, but it'll work for this project. So they're going to go on the shovel like that. And again, that idea was from Crafts by Darlene. Make sure you head over and check out her page. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start shoving some greenery into my wreath. And this is sort of how I craft. I kind of have to like put things together and lay them where I want them before I start actually gluing them down and assembling them. So this is just some greenery that I cut. You can get stuff like this at just about anywhere, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, anywhere that sells flowers or has crafts. So I left a little gap there in the side because we're going to put a bow in there. I'm just kind of getting it to look the way that I want it to look and try to get my vision to come to life here. So then I took some ribbon. I took a bunch of different colors, and I am not a bow maker. I was going to get my bow maker out actually and make a bow, but I didn't know how to do it with the layers yet. I really have to sit down and play with that. I know how to make it. I know how to use the bow maker to make one color, but I don't know how to do it if I'm adding different colors in. So So I'll have to play around with that. If you guys have any tips for me, drop them below in the comments. But for now, we're just going to use my go-to refabbed bow. So we're just layering all these different colors up. And then I'm going to add a little bit of raffia in the middle. And then we're just going to tie it really tight there in the center. And then I'm just going to fluff it out the way that I want it to look. And then we're just going to hot glue that right there in the center. A little tip for this is if you spray heavy spray starch on your ribbon, the kind that doesn't have the wire in, if you spray the heavy spray starch on and let it dry for about an hour, you can then go in and shape that ribbon and it will stay in place. It'll make your ribbon stiff so it stays the way that you want it to. So then I'm going to take my shovel here and kind of eyeball where I want it to go. And then I'm going to hot glue it just to kind of keep it in place until I get my wire on. So I just added a little bit of hot glue. And then we're going to come around here with some green floral wire. You can get this at Walmart in where the flowers are. So then we're going to lay out our Love Grows here. And I'm going to add E6000 and hot glue. E6000 will give me a stronger hold. And then the hot glue will give me a quicker hold. That's why I use both. So then I'm going to go through here and I am going to glue all my greenery in place with my hot glue gun. Then I have these sunflowers and I'm just picking the tops off so they lay flat. And then I have some cotton that I'm doing the same thing, just picking the tops off so it lays flat in there. And then I'm going to go back through and I'm going to hot glue everything in place. Just like that. It's looking pretty cute. And I'm going to trim up my bow and just kind of fluff it and get things to look the way that I want. And there you go, guys. You have a super simple, budget-friendly wreath that you can use for your front door. I hope you enjoyed this project. For more fun ideas just like this, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.